Hello everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another tabletop review video. Today we're looking at the Crosman American Classic P1322 22 caliber pellet pistol. I haven't shot this exact gun just yet, but I have shot the P1377, which is the .177 caliber version. I did a tabletop video for that gun a while back and a shooting video. I'll be bringing it in a bit to compare the two, but just want to let you know that one's out there. Let's go through some of the specifications real quick. It is a metal and plastic constructed gun. It shoots .22 caliber lead pellets, shoots in single action only with a bolt action design. It has a rifled metal barrel, shoots up to 460 FPS using lead pellets. That's with the maximum 10 pumps. And it weighs in at about 2 pounds, so just under a kilogram. It's not a replica, as you can tell. This gun's basically been in production since about 1977, at least in one version or another. Crosman's been making, I guess you'd say, more like this American Classic version with the sort of simulated wood stock, right? This is my 1377 .177 caliber version, and they've been making this gun like this for some time, slightly changing the cosmetics, but the basic design has been the same since 1977. So this one comes in a clamshell case. Right, so there you go, up to 460 feet per second. Variable pump. They suggest you pump it at least 3 times. They don't want that pellet getting stuck in the barrel. Alright, so got some more specifications here. Alright, 2 pounds. Fixed blade, adjustable notch, cross bolt, 460 FPS. There is a manual in there too. Obviously, manuals are pretty generic, right? It's going to show you how to load it, how to pump it, safety precautions, that kind of stuff. Let's do the actual comparison right now. Now, other than these guns having some slight cosmetic differences, they are kind of the same. So they've got slightly different stocks, right? Front, forward stock, pistol grips are slightly different. This is more of a simulated wood grain. This is a little bit more modern. The bolts are a little bit different. We have a this is a brass bolt system, right? A little nicer, I think, with a brass trigger. It's just got your generic trigger on it, right? Generic bolt, but it's not going to make a difference in how it shoots. Okay, so cosmetically a little different. You can buy this 1377 in a more up-to-date version with the similar stocks and similar bolts through Crosman. Now this is just a slightly older version, and that's why it's like this. Like I said, this gun's been around in different variations for such a long time, it's hard to find two that are exactly the same. Okay, so very cool. Again, that's a .177 caliber version. I don't think you've seen this gun before, but this is my backpacker. You may have seen it in some videos, maybe some, I don't know, some videos from a while back. But this is basically a breakdown gun, so it's got a full-size stock. I'll show you that in a second, just doesn't get on the table too easy. So the stock comes off. Again, multi-pump, 10 pumps, 22 caliber, slightly longer barrel, right? So you're going to get a little more power potentially because of the longer barrel. This one has the brass finishings, and this one has, I've added in the scope, right? I've added the scope with the Crosman mounts. They mount right onto the barrel. Okay, I'll show you that. This is the stock, okay? Alright, so it just goes on. I'm not going to put it right on, but you just basically pop it on there, and you can buy the stock for any of these guns. It will fit on any of these guns. Crosman does have it available on their website. And getting more into accessories for this gun, there are so many mods and accessories for the Crosman series, this series of gun. Like I said, you can get it in different calibers, you can get it in different barrel lengths, you can buy aftermarket barrels, you can get those stocks. There's aftermarket stocks from other companies, there's aftermarket bolt setups, triggers, internal parts, you name it, sights, all kinds of stuff for this series of gun. It's a highly modded gun. A lot of people will actually modify the internals, make them more powerful. There's so much you can do with it. Before I get into the pros and the cons, I just wanted to show you around real quick. Okay, so you can see here, plastic front sight, metal barrel, metal basically compression tube or gas tube, right? It's where the gases or the pumping action, the air goes into. Metal trigger guard, metal trigger, cross bolt system with safety. Nice grips, nice plastic grip. It's pretty nice. I'll pump it a couple times. Right? You can pump it as few as 3 times. There's your bolt, right? So you just basically put your pellet in there, close your bolt, and when you're ready to shoot, just let her go. Okay. This rear sight, I can't really show it too easily, but this rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation. It's a little finicky to adjust. You basically move this up and down, left and right, but once you get it adjusted, you're good to go. Okay, you just basically got your front sight like that, right notch. Hard to see there. Again, there's our bolt. You do have some lettering on the gun. See if I can focus on there. Okay, so it's the model. More Crosman information. American Classic, warning stuff. Again, it's a really nicely finished gun. This, you know, it's nicely finished. It looks good. It's got the more modern stock and grips and pistol grip. Pretty nice new version. Now, getting back to some of the differences between the .177 caliber and the .22 caliber versions. Again, they're pretty much the same. The American versions, the .177 caliber is going to get up to as high as 600 FPS, with the .22 caliber getting up to 460. So it's not too bad. But in Canada, we have the limitation of 500 FPS. So the .177 caliber version, if you bring it into Canada, or if you get the Canadian version, it's going to shoot under 500. So if you know, my recommendation is go for the .22 caliber, because you're going to get maximum punch, maximum power. It's going to shoot up to 460 with a nice heavy lead pellet. Alright, let's get into some of the pros and the cons. It's a fairly inexpensive target pistol. It's under about $100 Canadian, so that's $79 US on Crosman's website. It's known to be very accurate. My 1377 super accurate gun, I expect the .22 caliber version to be the same. You have the ability to regulate the power with the amount of pumps that you want to pump it up. So if you're just doing basic target shooting, you pump it up 3 to 5 times, no problem. If you're doing pest control or further out shooting, then you can pump it up 10 times, get maximum power. Again, it has mostly metal construction with just a plastic stock and pistol grip. It does have that rifled barrel, of course. It does have an adjustable rear sight. And it's got a fairly light single action trigger, which helps for accuracy. Now, because of its power, I'd recommend it for small, close shot pest control because of the good FPS and good accuracy. So you're going to get good shot placement with this gun. Again, you know, at a reasonable distance, fairly close, because it is open sights. And again, there's tons of mods and upgrades available for this line of Crosman Airguns if you're into that kind of thing. Some of the cons: the trigger is a bit thin, but it can be upgraded. Again, there are other triggers out there, and I didn't find it too bad because it is light. You're not putting a lot of pressure on it. Now, the rear sight is adjustable, but it's kind of hard to set up because it just floats around there. So when you undo the screw, you're kind of floating around. You can actually make things worse before they get better. And again, those all black sights are hard to aim on darker targets. So, you know, having a white dot sights or some sort of a fluorescent sight would have been nice. And I found that pumping this .22 caliber version is fairly hard, so the pumps seem to be a little bit firmer than the .177 caliber version. Perhaps it's putting a little more pressure in there. I guess you're going to get that back when you shoot it in terms of power. And that's pretty much it for cons. I don't believe we're selling this gun in the Replica Airgun store at this time. We do have other pellet pistols, pump action pistols, spring piston pistols over in our Replica Airgun store, so check that out if you're interested in a pellet pistol. Don't forget to subscribe before you head out. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. And if you're interested in other airgun products, we have our online Canada and US Replica Airgun stores where we sell air guns, BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.